Greetings fellow Decepticons, Soundblaster1987 here, back for another Transformers review. Today I will be starting my TFNation 2018 haul with Galaxy Force Master Megatron. This is in fact the Japanese Takara Tomy reissue version of the Transformers Cybertron 2005 Leader Class Megatron figure. Well, I say reissue, I mean minor repaint really. You see these purple bits here, these lavender ones? On the Hasbro release, these were in fact a darker purple similar to the cowlings around the front fender. But I think the G1 Skywarp lavender colour looks better. It provides more contrast against the other colours in my opinion. Now, for features in this mode, we have the Decepticon leader, Cyberplanet Key, or Force Chip as it was known in Japan. Nice shiny gunmetal grey colour with the Decepticon symbol, or Destron symbol in Japan, painted in purple in the middle. You can tell it's the Japanese version because it has no code etched on the back of it, like the American ones did, that you could use on the Hasbro website in 2006 to unlock new stuff to do with the characters. But if you insert it into the back of the vehicle mode here, the turbines spring up. In the Transformers Cybertron episode Landmine in the US, this was a speed boost power-up Megatron used to race against Override, or Nitro Convoy, as the character was known in Japan. And he still lost. If my figure had got batteries in it, which it currently does not, then activating that key would have produced lights and sounds within the turbines when they sprang up, which is why they're cowled in translucent plastic. But on top of the turbines, we also have two spring-loaded missile launchers. Now, onto the vehicle mode itself. This low-profile dragster type vehicle is essentially what the, Batmobile would look like on Cybertron. And it's quite a big vehicle as well. I mean, if we take Armada Blackout, Demolisher's Minicon partner from last time, for comparison, Minicons are about the size of humans, so this is pretty accurate scale in my opinion. Because of the transformation, the cockpit canopy can even slide backwards, just like the canopy of the actual Batmobile. Of course this is more for transformation, but it is still an acceptable feature. Now, this version of Megatron is technically a triple changer, so in order to access his flight mode, all you need to do is split the front bumper spike in half, get your nails in there if needed, and also unpack the front wheels. Just split the nose cone for a second while I realign the cockpit canopy. Put the arms back together. Close that. I bought this loose at TFNation, so the spring-loaded cyber key gimmick for this front fender is a bit loose and trigger happy, so fold up the lavender fins at the ends of the front wheels and double hinge the front wheel assemblies backwards and peg these pegs here onto the middle of the rear wheels And this is Galaxy Force Master Megatron in flight mode. Just realign the tail fins back here. Not much difference, but it is still a, accurate representation, shall we say. Now to transform to robot mode, disconnect the wings from the rear wheel assemblies. Then disconnect the rear wheel assemblies. Bring the spoiler down to become a foot, attach the shin guard to the rear wheel. Then bring the legs down, bring the knees forward, then swing the pelvis assembly downwards, correcting the position of the legs as you go. Snap the ankles forward to click so that the feet stay where they should be. Split the nose cone to become the arms. Hinge the front fender assemblies backwards. And down onto Megatron's back.
Just while you're doing that, more action.
Once you split the nose cone to form the arms, bring the shoulders down on these hinges here, then slide the cockpit canopy down to form the abdomen, and bring the whole thing forward, flipping the head out as you do so. Making sure that the tabs in the sides of the shoulder assemblies go into the slots on the backpack to secure them properly. Once you've done that, bring out these rubber lavender spikes on his shoulders and bring the arms down. Fold the nose cone parts under the forearms to reveal the fists. Peg the nose cone halves in underneath the forearms, out of the way. Flip the fist forward. Oops. And finally, bring out the horns on Megatron's helmet. And here we have Galaxy Force Master Megatron in robot mode. And what a robot mode this is, ladies and gentlemen. This evokes true power. I don't know whether it's the Unicron armor all over his body, or the menacing gaze of his light-piped face, or the pointy horns, or what it is, but this is the one true Megatron. Although not voiced by Frank Welker. In fact, this particular figure is a little bit of an anomaly because at TFNation I got it signed by voice actor Daniel Riordan, who does not voice this version of Megatron. But the version of Megatron he does voice was not available in action figure form at the convention anywhere on the Sunday when I went, so I had to make a compromise with this figure. But enough about that. So, for articulation, the head swivels a full 360 degrees, or it would if it wasn't so restricted by its own shape and the hinges on the top of the torso here. So it can only look a little side to side in reality. And it can also look up if you use the hinge for transformation to make it tip back a bit. The front wheel assemblies and fenders are on hinges and swivels so as to be moved out of the way to your likening for battle-ready poses. The arms can go full 360 degrees around on a swivel joint when they're not interfered with by the back kibble. And there is also a soft ratchet that allows the arm to go up and down, a bicep swivel, double jointed elbow for reasons you'll see later, and the wrists rotate 360 degrees. He does have a waist rotation, but it's restricted by the backpack. Universal ratcheted forward, back and sideways hips, thigh swivel, knee swivel, possibly for transformation to get the angle of the lower legs right for vehicle mode, 90 degrees of ratchet at the knee, and the ankles can snap forward and back. Although due to the shape of the legs and the way this guy transformed, I have to have the thighs one click backwards, the knees one click further forward than they should be, and the ankles snapped all the way forward to get him to balance properly because of the backpack. Also, he's completely hollow through the middle, which is a problem shared between Megatron, Jetfire, and the Studio Series Revenge of the Fallen Megatron. Not good enough, Hasbro and Takara. Do better next time. Otherwise, Make Toys wouldn't need to make their own version of this guy, who won't cover once it's released. Now, if we bring the Cyberkey back in, he has two new gimmicks in robot mode, which are both involving the back kibble, the front fenders on the back kibble. So, pop it in this one, and the armour of Unicron claw weapon pops out, which can be attached either in hand or on this hole in the forearm here. It's a bit of a tight fit, to be honest, and I don't want to break anything, but there we go. Popping the force chip in his other front fender will result in the cowling of the fender popping up, as it always does, because the spring is a bit loose on my copy. But the wheel inside can be removed and turns into a Gatling gun. The one he used to almost completely obliterate Hot Shot, Scattershot and Red Alert all in one go the first time he used it. I have got Scattershot and Red Alert, who I'll cover at a later date, but I do not yet have the original Cybertron Hotshot mould. So you'll have to stay tuned for that one until after I've been to this year's TFNation. Now, this next part's a bit awkward because the original intention of this I am not able to contend with because I do not have the correct figure. You see, in response to Optimus Prime's Savage Claw mode upgrade with Leo Breaker in the Cybertron cartoon series, Megatron, after his regeneration, when he was destroyed early partway through the series and brought back by Unicron, Megatron actually used a black mist that was surrounding his body post-regeneration to create an evil clone of Leo Breaker called Nemesis Breaker, who he could combine with a Dark Claw mode. I do not have Nemesis Breaker right now, or any iteration of the Voyager Leo Breaker mold for that matter. There have been several convention exclusives and universe repaints of it, as well as the two that appeared in the Cybertron series. But the connection ports for this mode are also compatible with the arms from the Armada Tidal Wave mold, so I can use this. In order to transform Megatron's arm into Dark Claw mode, one must first put away any, Cyberkey gimmick weapons that are in his hands.
Should have started there, action.
So, as I was saying, in order to combine Dark Claw mode, or in this case, Energon Tidal Wave mode, since I don't have Nemesis Breaker, first you must put away any force chip weapons that Megatron is holding in either arm. Then, undo the transformation for the arms to robot mode by covering one of the fists with the nose cone half from vehicle mode. Then take advantage of the double jointed elbow to bring the elbow all the way up, bringing down one of the shoulder joints in the process, of course. Relocate the tab on the opposite shoulder to make sure everything locks in place properly. Make sure everything's lined up and attach the arm. So now, Megatron has the gorilla arm of Energon Tidal Wave. I specifically got the Energon version at TFNation because it's the only version of Tidal Wave with screen accurate colours as opposed to the two Armada ones. Because of Skywarp, Wheeljack and all the other dark coloured bots they released in the Armada line, even Takara couldn't get the colour scheme right, and they threw in some weird safety orange into the mix. But I'll cover that more when I do my Energon Tidal Wave review next week. So, once that's been removed, transform Megatron back to his normal robot mode. Now then, to finish off, let's get on with some comparisons, shall we? Unfortunately, I only have the left arm of Energon Tidal Wave with me, so I can't currently show the comparison of size between these two figures. Although, from having seen them together in robot mode, I can confirm that they are almost the same height of the head. Here is Armada Blackout again for comparison, the Minicon partner of Demolisher from last week's review. And here is Revenge of the Fallen, Nest Global Alliance Deluxe Lockdown, who last week had apparently lost his forearm, but now has found it again. Megatron towers over Lockdown, as he should, being the ruler of the Decepticons. Stay tuned for my review of Lockdown further down the line. And that just about wraps things up. So, thanks to the Space Bridge, the dealer table at TFNation for selling me this guy, and I will see you next time for my review of Transformers Energon 2004 Tidal Wave, Part 2 of my 4-part TFNation haul 2018. Till all are one.